I'm Michelle Cabuzzi, Salutatorian and Secretary for the Class of 2017. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, you can see them. Just kind of lower your.
Good evening and welcome to the 2017 Masuk High School graduation ceremony. My name is Donna Lane and I'm the chairman of the Board of Education. Graduates, many of you have no idea what the purpose of the Board of Education is. We are one of many groups of people behind the scenes charged with carrying out the mission of the Monroe Public Schools. Along with the administrators and teachers, we play a part in providing all students of Monroe with the finest quality education to ensure each student achieves their full potential as innovative thinkers and responsible citizens. We do this by setting goals, reviewing and revising our curriculum and course offerings, and ensuring our budget provides for the needs of our school system. As we look out at all of you here this evening, and see what you've achieved both academically and in service to your community, we know that each of you is the fulfillment of our mission. On behalf of the Board of Education, we wish you well as you enter the next chapter of your journey. Please, just as a reminder, remember to give your parents a call. They'd love to hear from you and not just when you need money. Congratulations.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Justin Sadownik.
I'm Lucas Chacho.
I'm Natalia Safkovic.
I'm Spencer Dye.
And
we are the valedictorians of the class of 2017.
It's been some time since we have had multiple valedictorians who have had to split a speech 4 ways.
After hours of planning, mostly arguing, and some Mario Kart, we finally agreed on a common theme: time.
So tonight we give you 4 short speeches about our perspective on time and how it relates to our own experiences at Masuk.
In 1 year, light travels about 6 trillion miles. Since it takes time for light to travel, one perspective at any given instant is different from another. Theoretically, aliens on a planet more than 400 quintillion miles away with a powerful enough telescope would see dinosaurs roaming the Earth right now. In a galaxy 20 trillion miles away, aliens would look through their advanced telescope in disgust at Miley Cyrus's distasteful twerking at the 2013 MTV Video Music Awards. With all of this in mind, is time travel possible? Not entirely, but if you travel far enough into the enigma of existence, past the observable universe, the entire history of the Earth plays like a movie at this very moment. Through the lens of a hypothetical telescope, the entire history of the you can relive the moment you were born, your first birthday, your first steps, your first words, your first day of kindergarten, your successes, your failures, and your first day of high school. Unfortunately, it is impossible to travel to this historical cinema in space. However, maybe the question is not, what if I could travel that far away, but rather, would I travel that far away? Given the choice to watch the story of your life right now, would you take the offer? Although the past flies through outer space as particles of light millions of miles away, it remains in our memories. Memories of your life, whether good or bad, exist in photographs, in videos, and most importantly, in our minds. And so as time continues and the past in the form of light escapes the boundaries of the universe, you should cherish the memories you hold on to. Do not forget your successes and your failures, the good days and bad days, the achievements and the mistakes. Learn from your mistakes and make the best of every day. When you face a difficult decision, be bold and take a risk. Do something outstanding and impress the life forms in outer space. Although it may not be important to impress some strange, unknown aliens, it should be important to you as you steer your life. And as time goes on, create new memories and do not forget to hold on to those as well. When given the choice to reflect on your past, do so and remember all the happy times you've had. As I come to a close, I have just started reading my speech 12 million miles away, but I have said enough about the past. It is time to look to the future and the many memories to come. Thank you.
The first thing I heard after walking through the doors of Masuk my freshman year was a big, scary senior say, "Man, I hate the freshmen." It's safe to say that high school had never seemed more intimidating to me than in that moment. I was just a speck of dust. It's funny how we dread the passage of time, yet it is time that allows us to grow and develop into people who we've once only dreamed of being. Speaking before you today, my 9th grade self would have been curled up into a ball, crying at the idea of giving a speech in front of a crowd. Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely nervous right now, but trust me, I would have been even more of a wreck 4 years ago. In the beginning of high school, while auditioning for my first musical, Working, I was just barely able to squeak out the notes to my song. In fact, when I saw my name under the ensemble category in the cast list, part of me was relieved that I would mostly be in the back where nobody could see me. However, when I saw the upperclassmen leads singing and dancing and thoroughly enjoying themselves, I hoped that I could have the confidence to do that by the end of my high school career. For now, I was simply looking for an activity to add to my college resume. My search for resume builders led me to volleyball tryouts, where every ball I hit made a beeline towards someone's face, and I was introduced to the concept of unpleasant sweat. I quit before the first practice and decided I would stick with theater. Realizing that athletic activities were not my forte, I continued to participate in the musicals over time. I auditioned both my sophomore and junior years. Although I was again placed in the ensemble for both of these shows, my confidence soared with each audition and performance. By senior year, time had allowed me to blossom into an outgoing person who loved theater. I wasn't the quiet kid in the corner hoping for somebody to come over and talk to me anymore. I had a voice. In my senior show, Seussical, I landed the role of Horton. I will never forget the incredible feeling in my stomach when I saw my name at the top of the cast list, a feeling of progress I hope to achieve many more times throughout life and whatever I end up doing. I was the upperclassman I aspired to be. Rehearsals were long, memorizing lyrics was hard, and my days were tiring. Of course, there were times when I doubted myself, but in the end, I managed to go on for all 3 performances and give my all to the role of Horton, something for which I will always be proud. Masuk Class of 2017, as we graduate, I hope we all associate time a little less with wrinkles and dentures and a little more with change and growth. As you embark on your journey outside of high school, allow time to be your evolution into something you dream of being. I wish everybody the best of luck, and in the future, when you may feel like a speck of dust, please remember the most crucial message that time and Dr. Seuss have taught me. A person's a person, no matter how small. Thank you.
I can't pretend that the first day of kindergarten seems like just yesterday, nor am I able to replay freshman year in excruciating detail. Frankly, I don't remember much of either. Instead, I stand before you today on the final event of our public education in Monroe to explain what Masuk and this community has meant to me. Room B114 stands on the edge of STEM, a little removed from the rest of Masuk. It's luxuriously air-conditioned and lined with 19 computers. The desks all face the center of the room, perfect for discussing Romeo and Juliet or The Bluest Eye. Displayed on the walls is a drawing of John Lennon, a classical painting of Adam and Eve, the past 24 issues of the Masuk Free Press, and many student-made art pieces. Any papers on the whiteboard are held tight with magnets from different colleges. In the front of the room sits an old-fashioned desk, slightly worn but clearly loved. The first time I walked into B114, I was assigned an essay. It was my first day of freshman year. To say that I was nervous and scared would be an understatement. More than 4 years ago, I never would have predicted that that room would come to define my high school experience. Over my time at Masuk, I have had 2 English classes and 2 years of journalism in B114. That first essay and the others that followed taught me all I know about writing. The Masuk Free Press taught me to be aware of what's going on in the world, to question instead of to accept, and to work hard in order to produce the best possible results. I have learned about discussing and debating, about language and politics, about culture, about myself in that room. Though its interior has stayed the same the past 4 years, I have not. I am certain that I have left B114 smarter and more capable than I entered. I know that I have grown as a person and as a student because of my experiences in that room, and I hope that others in the future will as well. This graduation is essentially like any other. Caps and gowns, tassels and cords, names read alphabetically, speeches like this one. In fact, we celebrate this event each year only to acknowledge the difference. And I don't just mean the different names or faces. We are here to celebrate the change, the growth that I hope each of my classmates has experienced throughout their time at Masuk and the different people they have become. Though classrooms like B114 and institutions like this ceremony will remain virtually the same for years to come, my wish for all of you is to continue changing. Wherever you go, you will once again be freshmen, nervous and scared, walking into an unfamiliar place that may not be so forgiving. I want you to become more knowledgeable and more confident than before. Take what you have experienced here at Masuk and use it to navigate through your own B114. Thank you.
For those of you that may have forgotten by now, hi, I'm Spencer. I've spent 13 years of my life in the Monroe Public School system. That's a pretty long time. Even though this time period makes up most of my life, I don't have a funny story or a heartfelt story to tell you about high school or how I have grown as a person. Let's be honest, high school wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Sure, we all remember the good times. Yes, we remember our stupid inside jokes with our friends that make sense to no one else. Yes, we remember Spirit Week, where we probably saw way too many guys wearing yoga pants. Yes, we remember the pep rally, where we destroyed the underclassmen when it came to cheering. But our times in high school were more than just fun memories. I'm not sure if any of you have heard this before, but Masuk is actually a blue ribbon school. In other words, the classes are challenging, and the teachers never have a shortage of homework to give. To reach my academic goals, I had to balance school and a social life. Well, it wasn't really a balance. Have any of you ever seen me at a party? For me, high school meant late nights spent doing chemistry problem sets, an overwhelming dread at the thought of AP week, and desperate prayers from Mr. Augustine to give us a much-needed snow day. I'm sure everyone has had mornings where they have woken up in the pitch black to the grating noise of their alarm, wanting only to throw their phones against the wall and go back to sleep. Yet every day, we each found a way to drag ourselves out of bed, and for the most part, make it to our first period class on time. That ungodly alarm taught us something important, taught us the most important thing any of us can take away from high school: perseverance. While we thankfully may never have to use the quadratic formula, Newton's laws, or confusing common rules ever again, this mentality is one that will stick with us for the rest of our lives. After high school, we're going to be truly independent for the first time. No longer will we have the constant support of the Masuk faculty, our friends, or our families. Moving forward, there will be days where you'd rather turn off your alarm and sleep in, yet we'll always find a way to drag ourselves out of bed. The perseverance that was ingrained into us throughout our years of school will stay with us forever. And so, as my time as a high school student comes to close, I want to leave you with this. The best years of our lives are still ahead of us, and if you're stuck sleeping in and reminiscing, they'll fly right by. Thank you for listening. Enjoy your well-deserved summer break, and from all of us, best of luck, Masuk Class of 2017.
dreams last forever. For all that we know, the roads come together, and that's where we'll go. We'll fly away, fly away home. We'll fly away, fly away home. We'll fly away
Hello, everyone. It is great to be up here in front of all of you. My name is Maddie Knice, and I am just one of the 286 members of the class of 2017. I am absolutely honored to have this opportunity to speak on behalf of all of my wonderful classmates and in front of all of our families, our friends, and our teachers. To begin, let's talk about solar systems. Galaxies full of planets and moons and the radiant people who mimic the stars that fall in between. I associate this complex idea of galaxies with our own educational careers because we, the class of 2017, have been through a lot together in our little solar system. From working our way up from forming incoherent sentences about dolls and toy trains to an imperfect form of fluency in a foreign language. From training wheels on our tricycles to the driver's seats of our cars. Watching the Teletubbies on TV to watching our peers on some killer morning announcements. Deciding between chocolate or vanilla ice cream to more recently, deciding between which college or university is the best fit for us, or if that's even the path that we want to take at all. Regardless of the decisions that we've made or the pace at which we've made them, we've all been here, under the same sun, together and close-knit in our humble community, with great people caring for us and pointing us in the right direction. But still, a question lingers. How do we take all that we have been given and use it to make an everlasting mark? We have all tried and succeeded, and we've all tried and failed. And we as teenagers know, or think we know, better than anyone, what it's like to have a bad day. And you all may be thinking to yourselves, who am I to make an impact or try to change the world? And I am here to ask you, who are you not to? Who are you not to challenge yourselves, to go out of your comfort zones and to grow and flourish beyond all that is imaginable? Who are you not to look at each hardship that you face with star-filled eyes and hope? Who are you not to embrace the big moments and the small ones and each moment in between? Recently, we've been experiencing some of these moments for the last time. The last time seeing Mr. Manelli fist pump at the senior trip. There he is, okay. To our last sports games, our last club meetings, and even our last high school exams. But now, all that I can look forward to is just that, looking forward. I have learned that beginnings are what lead us I've learned that beginnings are what lend a hand to us finding the uniqueness both in ourselves and in the world, which is why it is so important that we focus in on these beginnings and use them to power our journeys. Now, a spoken word poet that I very much admire, Sarah Kay, she gave me a lasting piece of advice in one of her works. She says, "I want you to be the star and starting over. a line that I think fits very well with what will be taking place over the next few months. Sarah Kay teaches how important it is for us to grab all that will be new with a burst of passion and a grain of salt. Whether it's the stage where you shine, or the pitcher's mound, or the robot arena, we all have things to be proud of and things we've grown comfortable with. But what is also so important is that we understand how life is full of risks and chances, which can be frightening, but also so rewarding. And I urge you all to take any chance you get, in any and all aspects of your lives, whether it's familiar or not. Capitalize on all opportunities that come your way and turn the why should I's into how couldn't I's. Look at your futures through a telescope and focus in on the glimmering lights ahead. Those lights are what will guide you now. Before I sit back down, I want to give a personal thank you to those who have guided me throughout my 4 years here. To my mom, dad, and family, especially my grandpa who couldn't make it here today, my crazy, crazy group of best friends, there they are, Masuk's DECA Club, and the infamous takeout crew at Jenny's Pizzeria, and there they are. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart and stomach. And to my class, I want each and every one of you to turn your dreams into truth, make them real. And in doing so, I hope you'll be able to contribute to the greatness of all that is surrounding us. Promise yourselves that you'll never lose sight of who you are and who you're becoming. Keep looking forward. I wish for all of you to shine brighter than any star you've ever seen and to keep this school and the past 4 years in the largest part of your heart. This world, through outer space and beyond, is yours. Thank you.
Chairman Lane, members of the Board of Education, Mr. Augustine, Mr. Batista, State Representative Straczynski, my fellow Monroe administrators, members of the faculty, parents, guests, and members of the graduating class of 2017. Good evening, I'm Joe Cobbs, the principal of Masuk High School, and it truly is an honor for me to be here to address all of you this evening. This past weekend, I found myself in Rutland, Massachusetts, participating in a Spartan adventure race. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with the adventure races, this particular race was approximately 5 miles in and out of the woods and contained about 20 to 25 obstacles ranging from scaling walls to army crawls underneath barbed wire. Midlife crisis. I don't know. I guess it's a lot cheaper than a sports car. Actually, I like to think that I do these kinds of events to challenge myself, to create physical goals that give me a purpose to try to get in some kind of shape. I love ice cream way too much, and Dairy Queen's only a mile from my house. It was there, coming out of the woods between the 3rd and 4th mile, that I found my inspiration for today's message. I came across a sign that really spoke to me. It read, "Obstacles are put in your way to see if what you want is really worth fighting for." How true is that? Not just for the race, but as a metaphor for life. Look at the obstacles many of you have overcome to get here today. Quizzes, tests, final exams, CAPT, SATs, ACTs, advanced placement classes. Many of you have pushed yourselves beyond your physical limits in the realm of athletic competition, some to All-American status this past weekend. While others have developed the self-confidence to shine in robotics, the fine arts, theater, and music. You have dealt with the formidable task of planning for life after high school, going through the college application process, or planning for a 2-year school, vocational training, or the military. In fact, it has become a tradition at this ceremony to celebrate those young men and women who have made service to our country their priority. I would like the following students who will enter the military to please stand as we honor them tonight. Antonio Deira, Evan Murray, Justin Sienna, and Thomas Shiskin. Whatever obstacles you have already overcome, you have done so because you have set goals for yourself. Continue to do so and be unflinching in your determination to reach those goals. One of my new favorite books is Angela Duckworth's Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance. She explains that to be gritty is to keep putting one foot in front of the other. To be gritty is to hold fast to an interesting and purposeful goal. To be gritty is to invest day after week after year in challenging practice. To be gritty is to fall down 7 times and rise 8. It's that kind of passion and persistence that has defined the career of so many of my colleagues. I'm fortunate this evening to recognize 4 of them. I would ask that Kim Shea, Elaine Iannarone, and Charlene Benoit all please stand. Kim, Elaine, and Charlene will join our superintendent, Mr. Jim Augustine, in the class of 2017 as they start a new chapter of retirement in their lives. All 4 have dedicated countless years of teaching service, student advocacy, and leadership throughout their careers. On behalf of the students you have served and the friends that you have made amongst your peers, we thank you for your dedication. So what are your goals? That's for you to decide. Whatever they are, there will be obstacles along the way. Those obstacles may seem large. Trust me, as life goes on, you will look back and see that most of them were just minor bumps in the road. When I finished the race on Saturday, I was gratified with my accomplishments. But that sense of accomplishment was quickly replaced by pain in areas of my body that I didn't think could hurt as much as they did. Despite the soreness, as my high school friend and I drove home, we began plans for our next race in early August. As graduates, you've overcome the obstacles of high school and completed the first leg of many races. Continue to scale those walls and trudge through the mud, but remain steadfast in the pursuit of your goals. Grit always pays off in the end. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Masuk High School, I wish to each and every one of you the happiness of a successful life, the respect of your fellow human beings, and the love of your family. Mr. Augustine, I attest that these members of the class of 2017 receiving diplomas have met or exceeded the graduation requirements established by the state of Connecticut and the Monroe Board of Education. It is my pleasure to present them to you this evening. Thank you.
Members of the Board of Education, administrators, faculty, staff, parents, families, and friends, welcome to the Masuk High School Class 2017 graduation ceremony. I recently had the opportunity to read Rudyard Kipling's Captain's Courageous, originally published in 1897. It's the story of a boy named Harvey Shane who is a spoiled rich kid and generally unlikable. He falls off a transatlantic ship on his way to Europe and is picked up by a fishing schooner working on the Grand Banks off of Newfoundland. The fishing vessel, known as the We're Here, and its crew had just arrived on the Grand Banks and had no intention of returning to Gloucester and losing so much time during the cod season. There was no means of communication at that time, so the world, as far as Harvey was concerned, was dead. With no other choice, Harvey becomes a member of the crew and pulled his weight like the others and even excelled at fishing and managing a day boat. As the season goes on, Harvey gets an insight into the lives of the captain and the crew, and he is forever changed. Upon arrival back at Gloucester, he's reunited with his parents, who quickly discover their boy has become a man, and they too come to know and respect their son and the captain and his crew. This story is a classic rite of passage story. Harvey didn't just go along with his circumstances, he embraced it. Not only did he become a fisherman, he became a respected member of the crew. He learned there was honor in hard physical work, and he gained a much different perspective of life from his new family. My message to our graduates tonight is to embrace the circumstances that lay ahead of you. Don't just go along. Learn from everyone around you as well as from your formal teachers. Explore different perspectives and embrace the diversity around you and learn from it. Open yourselves to new ideas and be flexible enough so that you can change and adapt to new circumstances as they arise. The Masuk class of 2017 will long be remembered as a courteous, responsible, and innovative group of students. I wish all of you success and a wonderful and well-deserved summer vacation. Chairman Lane, The students before us have fulfilled all of the requirements established by the Monroe Board of Education and the state of Connecticut to receive their Massac High School diplomas. I present to you the Massac class of 2017.
Lucas. Lucas George Chacho. Spencer Dye. Natalia Savkovic. Justin Ronald Sadownik. Ji-Wan Lee. Madeline Nicole Kanice. Emerson Anders Carlson. Michelle Ann Kabouzi. Maya Elizabeth Doherty. Jessica Kumar. David Abrantes. Andreas Felipe Acuna. Valerio Christian Altabelli. Matthew Lawrence Andranowitz. Nicholas Atta Ajiman. Matthew William Barnett. Brenton Michael Barrera. Alexander Matthew Barrett. Jonathan Edward Bartek. Alec Beavers. Jack Bebbington. Elijah Jordan Began. Colin Michael Briganti. Wade Randall Burton. Alec Matthew Cabral. Thomas Peter Kafora. Canoe Kaplash. Brian Carrero. Christopher Kavanaugh. Alexa Genevieve Adams. Christina Elizabeth Andreo. Lexi Elizabeth Asenza. Ashley Julie Bailey. Allison Marie Bayerinis. Ashley Paige Baldino. Alyssa Grace Balistreri. Corinne Batsu. Victoria Anna Ben. Brianna Michelle Bender. Alexandra Marianne Benvenuti. Nicole Bezazi. Catherine Marie Borges. Emma Lynn Brayan. Olivia Jean Bria. Maya Ray Brotman. Vanessa Ann Burgess. Jane Kennedy Capizzello. Alicia Christine Casella. Elizabeth Diane Cataldo. Derek Joseph Cedrone. Michael John Charity Jr. Colin Robert Charney. Andrew Francis Ciancetta. Christopher Manuel Coelho. Andrew Cohen. Kyle Daniel Collins. John Joseph Colombo. Matthew John Conway. Brian Frederick Carell. Jack Crowell. Tyler J. Shavinka. Jonathan Hunter Culp. Antonio Juza Diera. Joseph Luke DeTillo. Nicholas James Delapiano. Eric DeMace. Rashawn Jermaine Drummond. Louis Patrick Dew. Jillian Therese Servini. Victoria J. Constantino. Megan Cunningham. Julia Elise D'Agostino. Cassidy Lee Deering. Millie Rose Delaney. Cassandra May DeLeo. Amanda Nicole DePalma. Danielle DeSau. Taylor Alexis DeMiro. Donna Sabrina Dragonette. Emily Ann Fideli. Rebecca Dolores Fair. Jessica Lee Ferrigno. Paige Fico. Emma Kate Foley. Elizabeth Susan Freed. Sophia Marie Gallo. Samantha Marie Goldfarb. Seth Thomas Dias. Evan Robert Farr. Tyler James Farina. Michael Lawrence Fedorko Jr. Connor William Feeney. Elijah Foyts. Brandon Robert Fischetti. Vanya James Frazier. Christopher Thomas Game. Justin Garcia. Andrew Kenneth German. Alexander Robert Gutierrez. Benjamin Hager. Kyle Wilson Harper. Von Hayden. Janelle Herrera. William Joseph Hewig. Jared Michael Hirsch. Aiden Huber. Jordan Robert Hubner. Alyssa Janet Gorman. Sarah Elizabeth Grabowski. Kayla Greck. Sarah Grace Gruber. Grace Elizabeth Gustinis. Jenna Marie Hall. Rachel Hooker. Amber Lynn Iannotti. Kayla Lauren Infante. Emily Jennings. Kiana Jimenez. Victoria Marie Jones. Victoria Rose Kelly. Michelle Elizabeth Kirkham. Emily Jan Kitchener. Catherine Kaczynski. Alyssa Melanie Cronish. Jordan Rose Kubik. Sarah L. Lasky. Lucia Anna Lodato. Matthew Hurley. Ryan Diedrich Eichen. John Edward Jensen. Anthony Joachim. Tyler Raymond Carr. Noah Daniel Kennard. John Paul Clagis. Ethan Woodward Clapp. Alan Flavio Christie. Ryan Edward Christie. Timothy Peter Kwachka. Zane David Lawrence. Patrick David Lazaro. Ryan Lee. Alan Dearudo Lemos. Christopher Thomas Lesko. Edward August Lucano. Kyle Frank Louise. Zach Lutz. Allison Claire Levy. Rosa Marie Lyons. Emily Rose Majewski. Olivia Talene Massaro. Kelly McCarthy. Kelly Patricia McCauley. Isabella Mary Rose Medeiros. Alejandra Carolina Mena. Jamie Marie Monona. Alexandra Tina Maropoulos. Ava Maria Michelangelo. Brianna Drew Minch. Skylar Moavero. Alexa Mercedes Montalvo. Haley Alexandra Morgart. Jessica Catherine Mount. Ashley Jordan Myers. Giovanna Marie Nicefaro. Sarah Fredino Nicholas. Taylor Rosovic. Elizabeth. Taylor Elizabeth Olympieri. Matthew Allen Manjos. John Matthew Martinez. Matthew Anthony Martino. Matthew Terrence McCory. Daniel J. Minelli. Patrick Riley Monaco. Adam Michael Montague. Ryan Moore. Michael William Morgan. Chris Moquin. Arkin McCurgy. Evan James Murray. Maxwell Patrick Murray. Eric Naposki Abdallah. Francis Edward Nicholas. Kevin John O'Leary II. Kyle Ryan Orey. Brendan Palmer. John A. Palmer. Nathaniel Chase Pellicone. Olivia Ann Palermo. Emily Isabel Paul. Emma Jane Palumba. Laurel Kathleen Parkin. Morgan Lynn Pavlik. Alyssa Perdomo. Brianna Shea Perigee. Brittany Caitlin Perigee. Anna Vista Petruni. Lily Marie Peruli. Lexi Lynn Pavarnik. Chloe Jacqueline Pizzolato. Samantha Nicole Politano. Stephanie Zakharov Potash. Michelle Sue Raypolt. Madison Starr Ramos. Rebecca Jane Resnick. Sabrina Marie Romansky. Medina Sadat. Grace Ann Salomon. Joseph Ellsworth Philbrick. Nicholas Anthony Piampiano. Michael Piper. Gino Pisani. Daniel Popa. Kenneth Hoyt Price. Joseph G. Puccio. Peter Pullen. Christopher Michael Regan. Kirill Hunt Riesinger. Matthew Rooney. Trevor David Rooney. Carlangelo Vincent Roper. Jack Rose. Owen Ross. Lisandro Fernando Sayens. Dylan C. Schultz. Justin John Sienna. Jillian Lee Samperi. Isabella Sanchez. Anna Carolina Correa Sardina. Ashley Kathleen Schaefer. Sarah Emily Schultz. Callie Setterquest. Casey Setterquest. Alexa Ann Sentimentes. Amanda Mary Short. Jennifer Ann Semitowski. Allison Rose Skoog. Devin Slattery. Elizabeth Springer Steves. Marissa Taylor Swift. Jessica Jing Thompson. Nicole Francesca Tuccinardi. Isabella Maria Vaccaro. Michelle Vadir Silova. Ellie Yana Vasilakis. Christina Marie Walker. Nathaniel Rodriguez. Omar Saif. Luke Schaefer. Motez Ali Chalet. Thomas James Shiskin. Anthony William Silva. Joseph Michael Sochi. Eric Jason Squibb. Daniel William Stafford. Ryan Hunter Stone. Kevin James Supan. Joseph Samachko. Ryan Michael Tedesco. Benjamin Matthew Townsend. Kevin Keen Tran. Kurt J. Trembeski. Luke Uran. Jack Van Gemmert. Anthony Veccarelli. Gaetano Anthony Veneruso. Kyle Jordan Weiss. Adam Tyler Wesley. Peter Alexander Westfall. Garrett Whaley. Andrew Whitney. Jaden Case Weiser. Jedrick Winston Wittenberger. Peter Zakilli. Lindsay Kate Wall. Lauren White. Jacqueline Renee Wilmington. Faith Evelina Winship. Angela Yu. Alexis Carly Zayer. Nicole Soyland Zafferson.
Good evening. My name is Emerson Carlson, and I am the Vice President of the Class of 2017. The class gift, which is made possible through the fundraising efforts of our class and is presented to the school on behalf of myself and my fellow class officers, is a new sign detailing the core values that Massac holds so dearly. These ideas are passion, pride, perseverance, and responsibility. This sign will be hung in the main lobby of Massac for students to see and reflect upon every time they pass by it. I am proud to say that our class has demonstrated these 4 traits over the past 4 years and will continue to do so in our future endeavors. Now, fellow classmates, please stand. And move your tassel from the left side of your head to the right. Congratulations to the class of 2017.